Hello and welcome back to another video. It is the start of January. It is a beautiful sunny day, although I do look extremely pale in that light. I've actually, it was only a toner. It's actually, you can see the different colours now that I put on my hair, but it's like a blonde. But I just want it a bit dark, you know. I know that I went dark like last year. That seems real weird saying last year, doesn't it? I went dark last year and then I went back blonde again because I was like, oh, I've got grey hairs, but actually I really want to be dark, I think. So this is like my natural root colour. So it's not actually added any colour, like deposited colour, but it's just a toner. So it's like toned down the blonde and I really like it. So we're probably going to go for it. The Amazon man was just at the door and the dog was like but we're not here to talk about hair. We are here because I am going to do my eyelashes. So another thing that I like to do myself, oh god, right, so I have the most palest eyelashes ever and I feel like it makes my eyes just look like little tiny, you know, my eyelashes point down like a camel. So I've done several lash lifts in my life. I've had my lashes lifted several times in my life and I've also had them fried, so I don't trust people doing it anymore. I did have a really good lash lady, however I've moved like further away from her, so it's just something I like to do myself. Now, I got this kit because it said this is Korean lash lift. Now, a Korean one is apparently much less harsher chemicals and you do it like throughout the whole lashes, whereas like a normal lash lift you just put it on the root. However, I have got this and the ingredients in it are normal lash lift ingredients, so very annoyed. However, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna take you along the journey. Like I say, I have done this several times in the past. Yeah, it's not like I think I'm, you know, be all and end all of I know how to do everything, but I just have trust issues, right? And I just like to do this stuff myself. It's fun. It's like, why do I do my own nails? Because I like doing my own nails. I think it's fun. So I'm gonna clean my lashes and then we're gonna get them lifted. So the difference with this one is it's got like a lash glue balm. So the ones that I've tried in the past, it doesn't have a little glue balm. And I do like these little applicator things actually, like they are quite cute. Let's just see what happens. Let's just give it a bash. So the first thing, so this is like the little balm. The first thing is, and this isn't just going to be a tutorial of me doing my lashes, by the way. So do not worry, we'll talk about other things, including some goals, whilst we are here. But how cute are these little, like these obviously the shields that you lift your lashes on. Extra large. My lashes are definitely not extra large. I would say probably a medium, but then that medium one looks quite small. Right, the lifting lotion is going on. I've got them all stuck, and I've like combed them up. I feel like this side's longer, or maybe I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe it's because I sleep on this side, but we're gonna put the lifting lotion on. So this goes on for approximately 8 to 10 minutes. I don't think I've got thick or coarse lashes. So we put this on and then we take it off and then we put the nutrition on. The setting lotion and then the nutrition. So I'm not filming this because I'll have my mouth open. So I've done the lifting one, taken the lifting one on. The blue one, the setting one, is now on. Ta-da! And I've like kind of like straightened my lashes out a bit because if you don't, then they set squealy. So I've pulled any ones up that maybe have dropped down. And then you didn't get this with it, but I've just had a lash tint for ages, so I'm going to use that on them as well. So I've just put the little nutrition on and given them a little comb through, and I don't know about you, but I think we've done a pretty good job. Like, I have got a bit of dye up here, which I don't like rubbing my eyes because they're really sensitive, but I feel like that glue balm was really good. They just like peeled off the shields, which is good because when I've used the glue in the past, it like really sticks and pulls. So I'm gonna put some of my little, this has been like my best friend recently. It is, how do you say, Aveni? I don't know. Eczema cream. It's actually a barrier cream, so it works really well. I've just put it there so that I can then put it on here. But it actually works so well for like protecting my skin at this time of year, and it has been like the only thing that has helped my eczema. So I am a big fan of this. would definitely recommend it for any eczema gals. But yeah, just putting that around my eyes is like, yeah, let's just make sure that any of the skin is calm. And I do get like, I don't know if it's eczema or, I don't know how you pronounce it, seborrheic dermatitis. I don't know if I get that in my eyebrows, but they like flake a lot as well. So I hope it's just eczema, because I would rather it not be the other one, because it does not look fun. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with those. I do think that if I did it again, I'd probably use the bit of a larger shield. But it's not too bad for a first go. Pretty happy with that. Hello. So the last time you saw me, I was, I think, doing my eyelashes, and we're a good week and a bit maybe, I can't remember when that was, on now, which will explain why. God, look at my hair. What's going on? This bit looks really warm actually. Look at these. Looking great. I have got mascara on, however, they're definitely looking more lifted, right? So I want to talk about self-doubt, because the reason why I've not picked this camera up and the reason why I have not been like showing up as much for myself is because I've been absolutely like crippled with self-doubt recently. And I don't know if part of this is like seasonal affective disorder. I also am wondering if I've got PMDD. Obviously, like in the lead up to your period, when like it's just some horrendous thoughts going around my brain, and you know, telling myself I'm the worst person in the world and I should be doing this and I should be doing that. Like I've literally like, and I know that this is not the way forward to go with, you know, with how we talk to ourselves, but I've been doing the thing of like, you know, because I can't get myself up and go to the gym, that I'm a terrible coach, that nobody will want to work with me, that what's the point, that, and I'm doing like all these really like worst case scenarios of nobody's going to work with me and I'm going to have to, you know, go and get a job, like, you know, and I won't be able to do this forever. And yeah, I think I've just, there's a lot going on in my brain, and there's a lot of self-doubt in there. And I've just been working really hard to shift that, to be honest, which is why I have not been showing up. I'm just putting this on because my eczema is really bad. Like I just get really odd, a little bit of glitter on my head there. I just get really odd like dry patches. I'm just trying to control them a little bit. That is the second time I've put that on today as well, and it is only 10 AM. I have got a bit of glitter on my head. So anyway, back to self-doubt. And I've just not been very good at taking my own advice. Like I've just been a bit of a cock to myself, and catastrophizing and overthinking, and I'm just trying really hard to shake it. So I'm going to talk and I'm going to take you through my day. And even like picking up this camera has been like, oh, nobody's going to be interested. Nobody's going to want to watch it, so what's the point? I'm boring, I'm rubbish, yeah, and I am like my own biggest critic, and I am awful to myself sometimes, and I have always kind of struggled with, and you may not even recognise this, like if you're just watching this from the outside, or you're just watching this, you know, somebody who just has come across this video and you've looked at my other ones and like seen me on holiday, and you're like, you do not come across as somebody who lacks confidence, or, you know, who struggles with self-esteem, but I've just been a bit stuck in that comparison trap, and it's been difficult. So I'm going to talk you through some things that I've been doing to help to shift that. And we're also going to go for a food shop. We are going to go to the library to take my books back, because again, another thing that I've been trying to do. Are you coming down? I don't know if you can see him, the dog. Sat on the chair in the background. I need to take my books to the library because I have been trying to read a lot more as well, like because a lot of this overthinking, I'm working out the patterns when it's happening nighttime. It's at nighttime when I'm trying to go to sleep, when there's a lot on my brain. I'm also doing the thing of like trying to oversleep on a morning, you know, not wanting to get up. Like my boyfriend had to ring me the other day and he was like, are you okay? Are you alive? Like, I've not heard from you. It's like 8 o'clock. You know, I'm usually up and out the house at 5 AM. Getting to the gym, and he's like, I was, 10 minutes away from coming home because I thought you'd fallen down the stairs or something. And I just said to him, I was like, I'm just not in the greatest headspace at the minute, and I'm kind of like avoiding I'm avoiding a bit of reality, and I know that that's not good for me. And I know that at the end of the day, like, mindset is a set of beliefs that I've told myself in my mind, right? And I know that I need to get past that. And the only way that I'm going to get past that is reframing things and, you know, viewing things head on and being like, well, actually, why am I telling myself this? Because that's not true. That's just a thought. That's just a feeling. So something that I have been doing is journaling. Now, you probably look at journaling and you're like, journaling, wishy-washy, what do you write? You know, today I did this. It's not about that. Like, I've been going back to, like, very much the basics of every morning trying to do some gratitude. You know, what things am I grateful for that are brilliant in my life right now? Because what I've been hyper-focused on, instead of thinking about the good things, is I've been hyper-focused on, you know, this is not great, this is not happening, I hate this, and that's not the way to think, because it's that thing of, you know, if all we think about is the negatives, then I'm not saying that that draws more negative energy, maybe it does, but if all we think about is the negatives, then we forget to recognise all the good things around us. So I'm trying to do that, you know, at the end of the day, trying to celebrate, right, what things I've achieved today. And I'm just really trying to just get myself out of that place of self-doubt. I've also just had a call with my mentor. So I have a coach for my fitness side of things, you know, what I do in the gym, because I cannot, like, you know, we coaches have coaches, because I do not want to write my own programming, because I would just do all the things that I like, not the things that would push me to get to my goals, right? And that is exactly why it's important to, you know, have a coach, but also keeps me accountable, keeps me in check. But I also have a coach for my business as well, because that's the big thing I really struggle with, is when this self-doubt comes in, yeah, it affects me in terms of like how I show up and, you know, my desire to exercise. I just want to sausage roll in bed all day, but also it affects like how I show up in my business, you know, how I'm showing up on Instagram. Like, I am a personal brand in the sense of I am front facing for the business, and I have to be that person who is motivational and who is, you know, like has that get up and go and has all the solutions. And I do, like, I have all the solutions for everybody else, but I really struggle with that for myself. And there's been a lot of doubt there, and a lot of telling myself I'm not good enough. And he was just like, but you are, like, he was like, I would never have thought that. Like, that's the first time I've really been open with him about it, because I've always been, like, you know, quite confident the way things are heading, and there's just something that's kind of switched in my brain at the minute that's like, I'm just struggling with that. And he was like, maybe I need to big you up more, you know, and talk about things that you're doing more, because you are doing great and you are a great coach. And yeah, it was just really nice to hear that. And I think maybe we don't tell each other how good that we are sometimes, and maybe we need to do a little bit more of that. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna do some journaling, and then we're going to get on with some jobs. I have got, that was so Yorkshire of me, I have got some content and stuff to film today, so I will have to switch off the camera and use my actual camera to record content for that. But yeah, I'm going to take you through what I'm up to at the minute, what's going on in life, and how I'm shifting this self-doubt, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of getting in my own way. So I've never actually used my camera in the car, so I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that you do not fall over. But we are going to Lidl. I have got my little shopping list. So I am actually participating in Thrive. So I run an 8-week fat loss program, which helps women to get rid of the old silly beliefs of, you know, cutting out carbs and starving ourselves and juice cleanses and hormone fixes, and shows women how to lose body fat and keep it off, how to get strong. It gives you a program in the gym or at home, and I am taking part in it this January because I wanted to do a little tidy up. So obviously I've been in a building phase for quite a while now, and I wanted to do a little bit of a tidy up in terms of, like, post-Christmas, just feeling a little bit fluffier, you know, not feeling as lean as I'd like to, not moving as well, just feeling a bit heavier, right? So I'm doing this now because I do have a holiday planned in March, but I also it's just like a really good time of year to do it. I think, especially for me, like January, my birthday is in February, however, but January, everybody's like, you know, really motivated. There's not as many like events on and things like that. Like, it's really easy for me because me and my boyfriend don't really go out that much in January. Like, it's very just like quiet and just focused on like, you know, building the good habits and nailing the gym and all those things. So that's why I'm taking part, and I want to make it so that it's like the last thing that I have to do this year. So I'm only going to spend this 8 weeks, probably. I'm saying this now, we'll see what happens, but I'm only going to spend this 8 weeks in a deficit, and I'm going to spend the rest of the year at maintenance and kind of showing you what that looks like. So I've planned out all my meals and I'm organised and I know what I'm having. I've been like using the Gusto recipe cards, I'll show you a few later, but it just makes it really easier. Why are you on my side of the road, mister? Unbelievable. Like, people forget to drive. It's not even snowy or frosty, and I know that it's been terrible weather. So yeah, we've got all the meals planned out, like food is in my fitness pal. I am organised and I love that. Like, I love that feeling of, you know, being organised, having a plan. It just, yeah, I just feel like it's one less thing to worry about, especially when I've been in a position of worrying about everything, that I'm like, I know that I'm eating well, I know that I'm getting my steps in. The exercise bit has been a bit harder, like I've said, with some of those mental barriers, but we're getting there. Nowhere does Ready Brek, but I cannot find it for the life of me. I just want some Ready Brek. Oh, there's just a lot of food in here, isn't there? A lot of choice. None of what I need. So I don't like regular oats, and I don't know why it's so difficult to find Ready Brek. I just want fine oats that mix real nicely and reminds me of my childhood. Is that too much to ask? But I know I'm going to have to end up going somewhere else to get them, which is annoying. Shop done. Just didn't get my Ready Brek. I'm fuming. Like, I know Asda do their own version of Ready Brek, so I don't know why it's so hard to come by. I don't even think Aldi do it, to be fair. So that is annoying. I might just get my boyfriend to, he goes to Asda most mornings. Like after the gym, because I think his gym's near there. Just ask him to get me it because I can't be bothered running round. Also didn't get chives or bassa fillets, which is a bit annoying. They only had smoked bassa and I'm not a big fan of smoked fish. So to the library we go. We've got some books to, where are they? Books to return. This one, loved this, really good. Really a bit far-fetched, to be fair. I didn't actually read this, but I feel bad keeping it because I've got loads of other ones to read at the minute on the Libby app, so I'm gonna return it because I feel bad for holding it, and I've got a book on hold. I'm becoming a proper old lady, I swear. I love reading, love it. Very in and out jobby. It was busy in there, like just people community vibing. I've got my book, so this is the second one of the one that I've just read. It's about a she's like a, I guess you'd call her a serial killer. She kills bad people, which is a bit like the female Dexter. So it is a very good read. But yeah, it was so busy in there. There were just people everywhere. There's obviously like mums groups going on or something. Do you know? Like, I love old people. Like, I just do. I don't know why. I just love old people. And this old woman was like directly behind me, and you know when you're like, she's breathing down my neck, and I'm like, personal space, woman. I feel like we should have a better understanding of personal space post-COVID, but yes, it was very close. So I was just like, get in, get my book, get out, and yeah, we're gonna unload the shopping, crack on with some filming, and see how this afternoon. Still got loads in the morning left. What am I talking about? I feel like just because I've been up early and had so much, got so much done today, I feel very productive. I'm feeling good. So this is going to be very quick because my phone is going to die. My camera. However, when I plan meals, what I do, I go down the Gusto cards, wherever they are, can't find them. And I'll just be like, right, that ingredient, that ingredient, that ingredient. And then I put everything into MyFitnessPal and it just makes life so much easier. So staples for me, obviously lots of veg. Just got into like using more greens and things like mushrooms and stuff. Fibre is so important to bulk up meals. Potatoes. Hello, I have charged the camera and we're back. I forgot to take you on a little walk actually, just because I had my camera on charge. But we are on with tea now, so I've done my filming for the afternoon. I did get a lot of those feelings of, you know, I can't do this. It's gonna be rubbish. Nobody's gonna watch it anyway. But I'm getting over myself. I'm just putting it out there anyway. And now I'm gonna make this. So I don't actually get gusto, like I said. I just use the recipes. So we're gonna do a little bit of cooking. It is an Indonesian style chicken and mushroom rice with satay sauce, which is delicious. And this is it, like you should have foods that you look forward to and, you know, just not living off soggy lettuce. We had a big chat about this on Thrive about how it's not about like certain foods are, you know, depriving you or, you know, having a mindset of, oh, I feel deprived as soon as I go on a diet. That is a mindset. That is something that you need to change in your brain, because you're telling yourself that the foods you eat when you are trying to lose weight are boring and miserable and, you know, it's not exciting and it's horrible. And if you believe that, then yeah, of course, the whole experience is going to be shit. It's going to feel horrible, isn't it? But that's the big thing. It's about shifting that mindset and actually telling yourself that, right, instead of thinking I'm deprived, you know, I can't have this, how about instead you make it a challenge? This is what I do. I try to get as much food as I can within the calories that I've got. And that's it. It's like, it becomes a challenge then, and it's more fun, and you start to enjoy the food you're having more. And it's just like such a better way to think as well, because if you are feeling deprived and if you're in that state of mind, then of course it's going to feel shit. Of course you're going to feel like, you know, you're living on empty, and that's not fun. You know, that's definitely not. Did I go out of shot then? I don't think I did. Oh, I forget that it follows me around. It's definitely not the way to live, and I think that's the big thing. It's totally all comes down to mindset and how you view things. And that's the same with everything. Like, if you view the gym as boring and, you know, miserable and hard, I mean, it is hard work, I'm not gonna lie. But if you think it's boring and miserable and, you know, you'd rather do anything but go to the gym and there's a horrible experience, then it's gonna be all of the above, isn't it? It's that self-fulfilling prophecy all the time. And I think sometimes we just really need to question those beliefs and rewire our brain. And that is such a big part of what I do in coaching. I think everybody just thinks coaching is literally just a meal plan and some workouts, but it's on those days where, you know, my clients don't want to work out or they're having a moment of low self-esteem. It's talking them around and being like, right, okay, why are you feeling like this? Like, where have these feelings come from? You know, is it a past belief? Is it has somebody said this to you? Like, has something maybe triggered it that's happened? And it's about unpicking where these beliefs are coming from and helping you to turn that around, because if you're not doing that and if you're not challenging these beliefs, then they're always going to be there, aren't there? And they're always going to be things that, you know, that trip you up. And you can't live like that. You cannot live in a world, in a place where you're just constantly battling with your brain, because it's like, you're never going to get anywhere, are you? If you're always starting something, you know, started this new diet, started this new program, and then your brain trips you up and you give in and you tell yourself, you know, you doubt yourself, I'm rubbish, I'm not good enough, like, you're never going to get anywhere at anything, are you? Because we know that carries over into work, into relationships, you know, into how you show up at home, family life. Like, it bleeds into all areas, and that is why, like, a big part of coaching is working on your mindset, on the set of beliefs that you are telling yourself and you have told yourself for years. And like, weight loss happens quick. Like, getting fit, getting strong maybe does take a bit longer. if you are a bit of a seasoned gym goer, it takes a bit longer anyway. Newbies get newbie gains, which is good. But if you've been training for a while, like it does, if you've been, you know, in that mindset for a while, then it is going to take a long time to undo. And it's just understanding that it needs work, just like your nutrition needs work, just like the gym requires work. Your mind requires the exact same, and it's just something that I'm really, really big on, and maybe I don't shout about enough in coaching. Maybe I'm going to shout about it more. But anyway, we're going to do some cooking, and I'll show you the finished product. Ta-da! The sauce doesn't really look that appealing. It's like a satay sauce, but it is delicious. I know because I've had it before. Very proud of my little self. So I'm gonna have this, then probably tidy up and go to bed. Typical day in the life of me, going to bed early. No, I've got few client messages, do a bit of work, tidy the kitchen, and then yeah, pretty much bedtime, and maybe read some of my new book.